Speaking of the devil, I was just thinking about you, darling.
I want to talk to you now.
Undoubtedly, Geraldine, and you have already spoken?
That's right, we have.
Well, I'm very busy tonight, so why don't you call me some other time, huh?
This won't wait.
Well, then, how about tomorrow at Draper's funeral?
I don't want to squeeze this in between the eulogies.
Well, tell you what. Why don't you write me a letter? Send it to room 505, care of this hotel.
Room 505? Thank you. I'll be right up.
Logan? Oh, no. He's downstairs in the lobby. He's coming right up here.
Oh, history repeating itself.
It can't. We've got to get this stuff out of here. Elliott, he can't find you here. Come on, you've got to hide.
Where? In the closet? Under the bed? You're separated from the man.
Elliott, I cannot let anything get in my way of getting my son back. Will you come on? Do something!
I hate bedroom farces. I'll tell you what. You go in the living room and keep him there. I'll stay here and I'll close the door.
Oh, okay. I just hope he doesn't want to see the rest of the place.
Come on, Raven. Don't keep your hubby waiting.
Look, I don't want to hear a breath out of you. You understand? Coming! Hi, Logan. How are you?
Mind if I come in?
Yeah, please.
Thank you. Oh, this looks very comfortable. Very nice indeed.
Thank you.
Here you dropped by and visited Jaimey this afternoon.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did. It was lovely.
Why did you do that?
Do what?
Well, I just had this wild idea. It's probably wrong, and you tell me if I am, but it occurred to me that you might be thinking of stealing him.
Why would I want to steal my own flesh and blood?
Please don't kid me, huh? I mean, I can think of a lot of adjectives to use to describe you, but dumb isn't one of them.
How could you possibly think a thing like that? That was never my intention.
Then why'd you come by to see him?
Do I have to have a reason to see Jaimey?
Well, let's just say he's never been your #1 priority, has he? These are very nice.
Look, I know that I've neglected him, and I feel terrible about that, and when I came back from London, I promised that I would make it up to him.
I think your nose is starting to grow.
Logan, come on, this is ridiculous. It was a beautiful spring day, and I couldn't think of a better way to spend it than to take Jaimey out for a walk in the park.
Oh, and the idea of a one-way trip just never occurred to you, right?
Oh, no, I was going to have him home by dinner.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you had a complete nursery set up in that bedroom of yours just waiting for Jaimey to arrive.
That is not true. Will you go sit down? You're making me very nervous.
Well, I'm sorry. Thank you for the hospitality, but I'm more comfortable standing.
Why do I have to have an ulterior motive to see my son? Isn't it perfectly natural for a woman to want to be with her child? Look, it's Geraldine. She has a very fertile imagination. She's blown this whole thing out of proportion.
Is that what she did?
Yes, and if anyone should be kept from Jaimey, it's that woman.
It's because of that woman that Jaimey is growing up knowing what it means to be wanted and loved.
Oh, loved? She hates me, and she always has. And it's Geraldine's fault that you turned away from me, and I don't want to see her poisoning my baby's mind.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. You'll do that all by yourself. You don't need any help from Geraldine.
Logan. Logan. Why can't you believe that I love my son?
Because you have the maternal instincts of a catbird.
What's that?
Catbird? She lays her eggs in another bird's nest and then flies away. Sound familiar?
Look, I just didn't know how to express my feelings toward Jaimey.
Raven, why are you doing this? What's in this for you?
Now, wait a minute. I just go to visit my son, and you're making a federal case out of it.
You don't care anything about Jaimey. You never did. You know he's much better off with Geraldine and me. So...
Oh, is that so? Is that so? How many baby books have you read? At this stage in his development, he is much better off with his mother.
He is, huh? It's true, then. You were trying to take him.
I didn't say that.
I'm going to warn you. I'm going to warn you one time. You try and snatch him, you'll have him for an hour. Maybe. Because I'm going to have you up on kidnapping charges so fast it'll make your head spin.
That's a very bold threat for someone who has no legal rights.
Oh, I'll fight you every step of the way with every weapon I can lay my hands on.
You don't scare me.
I should. Yeah, I really should. Maybe your lawyer friends didn't tell you, but being district attorney has quite a few advantages. I can call in an awful lot of favors, and I will.
Well, wouldn't that be rather foolish? To waste all that leverage trying to take a mother away from her child?
An unfit mother. Unfit.
Says you.
Yeah, says me. I will not have Jaimey living here wondering which one of your one-night stands he's going to call Daddy.
Look, I should slap your face for that.
I wouldn't try it if I were you. In fact, if I were you, I wouldn't try anything.
This whole thing's ridiculous. Why are we arguing? I have no intention of stealing Jaimey away from you.
Good. That's very smart. You keep that thought.
You want to know something, though? You should be very happy that I'm allowing you to keep Jaimey. Because if it came down to a custody battle, you don't stand a snowball's chance in hell.
Why is that?
Because you're not his legal daddy.
It's a good point. That's a very good point. It's very good point indeed. I guess I'll just have to do something about that, won't I? Good night, Raven.
Elliott? Elliott?
Hello, I'm back.
That didn't take long.
No, doing stand-up interviews isn't quite the same as a feature film. We get in and out very fast.
And how did it go?
Well, Derek Mallory was very cooperative.
Will the material be ready for air at 11?
Oh, sure, Greg and I will be editing in half an hour. I thought you might like to preview the material.
I wish I didn't have to. My heart sinks every time I'm reminded of what happened.
It's going to be quite a while before the pain even begins to go away.
Do you want to take notes on this?
Oh, no, I have a pretty good idea of what I want to use. I was just kind of hoping that I'd be able to take a nap for about a half an hour before Greg is ready.
You look tired.
Well, exhausted would be a better word for it. I do need a little rest.
Nicole, you've had to live through this tragedy every day and then come here and report it. I know these last few days have been a terrible ordeal for you.
Well, I've just been doing what I have to do. I'll see you in a little while.
Okay. Well, is everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay, fine. Tape rolling. Okay, this is take one, interview with detectives. This is Nicole Drake at police headquarters. I'm talking to detectives Deborah Saxon, Steve Guthrie, and Calvin Stoner. These three officers were instrumental in uncovering the truth regarding the murder of Margot Dorn, the truth which led to the arrest and subsequent confession of Nola Madison. Detective Saxon, Draper Scott was tried and convicted for the murder of his mother-in-law. Why didn't the investigation end when the verdict was reached?
The case was closed officially.
Well, yes, but you persisted.
Yes, the facts in the case gave the appearance of guilt, but the evidence was circumstantial.
Well, isn't it unusual for three officers to spend so many off-duty hours in a closed investigation?
Well, actually it is, but we felt we owed it to Draper. See, it was our initial investigation which led to his arrest.
You have to understand, well, we had known Draper for quite a while. He was a personal friend of ours.
As time went on, we learned certain facts about Mrs. Madison's alibi, which proved to be questionable.
Yes, and I read Detective Saxon. was the one who made the connection. She came up with the theory that Mrs. Madison posed as Mrs. Dorn to deliberately throw suspicion on Draper Scott.
It was a team effort.
Well, given the circumstances, you must regard this arrest with a special satisfaction.
It means a great deal to us that we were able to clear Draper's name.
Only it's a shame that his innocence was established after his death.
Nola Madison is undergoing psychiatric testing to determine whether she'll be remanded to a state penitentiary or to a mental facility. Right now, Deborah Saxon, Steve Guthrie, and Calvin Stoner see this as bitter consolation for the tragic events at Grand Falls Bridge meted out a death sentence to an innocent man just hours before their efforts would have freed him. This is Nicole Drake at police headquarters. Oh, Harry, this is just a note to you. I would like to butt this interview with the interview I'm doing with Chief Mallory later, okay?
Come in.
Finished.
Geraldine, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine.
The stage manager told me I might find Nicole in here.
I'm sorry, you missed her just by a few minutes.
Oh, dear. She out covering a story?
Well, she just got back from one, actually. A police interview about the Dorn murder.
Oh, that couldn't have been very much fun for her.
She's a fine reporter, Miles. Somehow she manages total objectivity while covering a story that has to be tearing her apart. I saw that today.
Is she feeling all right?
Oh, yes, she's very tired, of course. She just went to the lounge to lie down for a while.
Oh, all right. Then I won't bother her.
No, I'm sure she'll want to see you.
Well, she needs her rest more than she needs my company. Truth is, she hasn't been sleeping very well lately, and part of that is my fault. I've been doing my share of tossing and turning.
It's a difficult time for all of us, Miles. Excuse me. Hello.
Geraldine, this is Logan.
Oh, Logan, how nice of you to call.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
No. Miles just dropped by to see Nicole. We were just chatting.
Well, I was hoping you could find some time to chat with me this evening. I really need to talk to you.
Am I to assume that it's about the problem that cropped up this afternoon?
Yes, it is.
Well, we were going to have dinner, so maybe we can have a bite at the coffee shop across from the studio.
Oh, great. You grab a booth. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
All right, my dear.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, now, look, if you're going to take a dinner break, I can wait for Nicole in the studio.
Nonsense. Make yourself comfortable. I'd invite you to join us, but Logan and I have a family matter to discuss.
Oh, that's all right. I might as well hang out here on the chance of seeing Nicole even for a few minutes. You have a good dinner.
Well, Miles, you might want to occupy yourself by watching that interview of Nicole's. It's on that machine. All you have to do is push the play button.
Well, it's not as good as seeing her in the flesh, but...
And Nicole Drake at police headquarters, testing. Is that okay? All right. Derek, you say something?
What do you want me to say?
Well, anything. We just need a proper voice level for you.
Oh, I'm Derek Mallory, and I'm very pleased to be standing here talking to the most beautiful television reporter in Monticello.
Derek, okay, that's fine. Are we ready now? Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. I think you should move a little bit this way. We can hit you with the light a little better.
Hold it, please. We need a little more light.
Oh, great. Fine. Well, hurry up and wait.
Nicole, you all right?
Yeah, sure. Well, you heard what he said. It's going to take him a minute to get that thing out of the van. Could you hold that?
Sure.
You might as well relax.
I'm relaxed, Nicole. You're the one who's wound up like a spring.
It's been a hard day.
Is it just the pressures of the job that have you so tense?
What do you mean?
How are things at home? Right now, living with Miles couldn't be the most pleasant experience.
It isn't that
Who the
bad.
hell does he think he
Does that mean things aren't all that good?
Derek,
Look, I know Miles couldn't be over his illness yet.
he's getting better every day.
Still, you must be under a lot of pressure, and you've got somebody else living at the house now, don't you?
Yeah, April's staying with us. She can't be alone right now.
I'm sure she can, but I still hope you haven't taken on too much. You're starting to look a little tired.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Still, Still, I'm sure Miles and April wouldn't want you to trade your health for theirs.
Don't worry about it.
I can't help but worry about you, Nicole.
Well, I appreciate the concern.
Everything's okay, Nicole.
Ah, good. Okay. Are we rolling?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Then this is interview with Chief Mallory. Take 1. Chief of Police Derek Mallory coordinated the investigation into the murder of Margot Dorn. I've asked him to outline for us the sequence of events which led to the arrest and subsequent confession of Nola Madison.
Just doesn't give up.
Hello. What are you doing here?
I just came by to see how my loving wife was getting along.
So good to see you. Where's Geraldine? Didn't she tell you I was in the lounge?
Well, she stepped out for a bite to eat. She said you were resting. I didn't want to bother you.
Oh, I see. Well, I was taking a little nap, but proved to be an exercise in futility.
Must be tired.
Well, my body is screaming out for sleep, but I can't seem to nod off.
I got too many problems, too many things on your mind.
Well, I can't forget the things that have happened. Feels like weeks since I've gotten any sleep.
Well, you know, that isn't very good for you. Maybe I can help you.
Well, I'm ready for any and all suggestions.
Well, I just thought that maybe you would sleep better if we were sleeping in separate rooms, at least for a little while.
Oh, Raven was Little Miss Innocent. Swore up and down all she wanted to do was take Jaimey for a stroll in the park.
Which means you're more sure than ever that she was trying to take Jaimey away.
She wants custody of him. There's no doubt about that. It's...
Why, Logan? What possible reason could Raven have for wanting to take Jaimey?
That's still a mystery to me. Although the muddy waters are becoming a little bit clearer.
In what way?
Well, I managed to find out what she was doing during that month she was here in Monticello, but wasn't talking to us.
I simply thought she used the time to gather her courage to face us again.
No. She was going to every divorce lawyer in this town, trying to find somebody to help her out with a custody fight.
How did you learn that?
She approached Cliff Nelson for legal advice. Do you believe that? Fortunately, he was loyal enough to tell me about it.
Considering Raven's behavior, I can't imagine that she would have even a hope of gaining custody.
Well, my guess is that she feels her legal position will be a lot stronger if Jaimey is actually living with her.
We must prevent that from happening.
I may have made a mistake today. I confronted her. She probably sees that as a challenge, which will only make her try harder if I know Raven. And keeping Raven away from Jaimey, that's only half the battle. I want to make sure that she can never take him away from me.
Well, of course, finding a permanent solution would be the best thing.
To do that, I'll have to strengthen my own legal position, and that means proving paternity.
Yes, I know that.
My only qualm is, well, I have to tell the truth about Kevin.
You mean for my sake?
I don't want to do anything that will hurt you.
Logan, we have to do what's best for the living. And that's why we must do everything possible to see to it that Jaimey stays with you.
Thank you.
Kevin would want it that way. I know that. I'm sure of it. You have to do what must be done. Jaimey is your son, and he's entitled to his birthright. Surely you must know that I'll support you every step of the way. 150%.
I'll get the wheels going on this thing first thing tomorrow then.
Elliott, what do you think you're doing?
If you don't know by now, my pet.
This is no time to think about fooling around.
Oh, it seemed like an opportune moment.
Right now, I am only filled with hatred.
Oh, to be fair, that man has had a lot more time to get attached to that little kid than you.
Whose side are you on, darling?
I've committed myself to being your accomplice, alas.
Now that Logan's wise, it's going to be impossible for me to get what I want.
Well, maybe someone is trying to tell you that this is not such a hot idea.
Oh, no. I am not going to let him ruin everything.
Oh, best of luck.
Wait a minute. I don't need any luck. It's very simple. This whole thing takes place in a hotel, right?
And?
What does every hotel room have?
Beds.
A pass key.
So what are you thinking of?
I'm not thinking it at all. It's already thought of. I have a foolproof plan, and I will have Jaimey with me tomorrow night.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find, always on our mind, and frustrated days pass without sight, the edge of night, half dark, half light, as we watch our hearts trying to hold the tenderness